In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 simple tips that would help you to grow your YouTube channel fast without burning out. Hi and welcome back to the channel. I am Daniel, and if you are new here, we discuss about growth. So let's get into the video. Growing on YouTube is so time consuming that if you want to succeed, you need to take your time serious. So the first tip on our list is time management. So if you want to start creating content here on YouTube and taking things serious, you need to pen down exactly what you want to do, have a strategy, and have your time structured out so that you know exactly what and when to do, so that you avoid procrastination and work yourself up and do what you need to do when it's time for you to do what you have to do. So I decided to put time management first because that is so important, because even if you feel like starting a YouTube channel, you cannot actually do it if you don't plan your time correctly, especially if you are new. You know, as new YouTubers, we have a lot of things we are tackling with. We still have jobs, schools, and other things. So we actually need to make time for when we want to work on our videos, because if you don't make time, you're definitely not going to start, and you would complain that you procrastinate and you think you are not good enough. So you need to take your time serious, because everything in life happens in pace of time, and the earlier you realize that time management is one of the biggest ways for you to stay consistent on YouTube without burning out, the better your journey here on YouTube. So tip number 1 is what? Time management. Let's go on to tip number 2. Tip number 2 is straight to the point: consistency. If you manage your time well and you are doing everything you have to do when you say you will do them, you will definitely be consistent on YouTube. Consistency on YouTube doesn't mean posting every single day. It's actually what? Sticking to your schedule. So if you have a schedule here on YouTube and you are sticking to your schedule, your audience know when you are posting, they know how many times you are posting a week, and you are actually fulfilling on that schedule, then you are consistent. There is no two ways about it. So this one is straightforward. All you need to do is make the first step work, and the second step would be easier. Let's move on to the third tip: looping content strategy. So the third tip is one of my best, especially if you are a new channel. Even big channels are gaining advantage of this, but I see a lot of small channels missing out on this. So I want you to take this serious. Looping content strategy. This is where you create videos that are in line with each other, that complement each other, or that are in a similar topic, in a similar niche. For example, if I want to create content about music, I can go down to a certain genre or a certain instrument, let's say guitar for example, and if you try to do a search on these terms, for example on VidIQ, you'd be able to see the search volume and the competition, and that will help you to know if these keywords are good to go with. Another thing is why I made mention of VidIQ is, if you come up with a topic and you try searching on VidIQ, you will see similar topics that you can make use of. Not only on VidIQ, but if you try doing SEO at large, you'll be able to come up with topics that you can work with. So for you to successfully do looping content, you need to take your SEO to the next level. This is something very easy to do. You can, first of all, once you get that your sweet idea, all you need to do is go and do a research and see other similar topics that you can cover and link back to your first video. So for example, if your first video is how to create a YouTube channel, then you can decide to create your second video that shows how to create your first video. So when someone watches your video on how to create a YouTube channel, you would recommend them to the video on how to create their first YouTube video, because they are creating a YouTube channel to create videos, and you having a video on that would allow these two videos to work together. And when you create your first content on YouTube, it's what paves way for your entire channel. So it's just like your content is creating roots for your channel to blossom. So appreciate the fact that you are getting those little views, because that is a sign that your channel is actually growing. You will discover that with time you would start getting the views that you deserve. So put in the work and set realistic expectation in order not to feel frustrated, and keep on with the journey. And a bonus tip: you have to make sure that you are enjoying the process. That is why you have to niche down and choose to make videos on topics that you are interested in and topics that are close to your heart. And now the last tip is bulk content strategy. This is very important, because If you are using this, it will save you a ton of time and save you from a lot of stress, from a lot of headaches, and you'll be creating your content without feeling that much burnout. Because as content creators, it's okay to feel burnt out, but there is a way to minimize the amount of burnout you feel, and this is by batching your content. So for example, you can have days where you do only planning. You wake up, you set yourself up ready for planning. You know that today it's all going to be about planning, and you write down. You can use apps like Trello or Notion to put down your ideas. This will also help you with the third step, because once you have your plan down, you can from there see which videos which videos can connect with each other, and then you go ahead and arrange them. You can even make a series of videos to keep your viewers watching on your channel. So you can have your planning days, you have your days for scripting, you have your days for your packaging where you create your titles and your thumbnails. And a quick tip, if you want to create your thumbnail, it's advisable you go and search the topic that you want to create your video about and see what the highest performing videos on that topic are doing. That is, look at their thumbnails and the titles. This is not for you to copy directly what they are doing, but to see what they are doing and create your own videos to stand out. You can actually take a screenshot of the best performing thumbnails, create your own and put yours in between them, and see which one stands out the most to your eyes. And if you can tell that you can click the one you created, then that's a good one. You can go ahead and post. But the good thing is, now on YouTube you can do A/B testing. There's even you can actually test 3 thumbnails to see which one performs best, but I would advise you test just 2 because that would be okay. So you can create a thumbnail, create another one, and put them out there, and the thumbnail that performs well would be the one that will stick to the video. Then when it's your recording days, you can go ahead and record as much video as you can. So you just have your setup done once and you record your videos. As a matter of fact, this is the second video I'm recording in the space of an hour and 30 minutes. So this is very helpful because once I have the setup and I'm now in the right headspace, I can go ahead and create content as much as I like without feeling stressed and enjoying the process, because that is what keeps you going. If you are enjoying the process, making content will be so easy. So I hope these tips were helpful and you learned a lot. If this it's morning already. That cock is trying to spoil things for me. Now it's 6:36 a.m. and I woke up with a call. This is what I slept with in my mind, so I need to do this early morning. So those cock are trying to tell you to wake up, take your YouTube journey serious. If this video was helpful, do well to subscribe, join the community. Feel free to drop your questions in the comments because I'll be there right now checking to see what you have on mind. See you in the next one.